Hello everyone and welcome to another video from Self-Care with Hope. I am so glad you have tuned back in. This week I am focusing on the hair. So we are talking about hair. Yeah, hair is a fun time. And for a lot of people it can be tricky. This hair, it looks like this overnight. So I am glad to be able to kind of share some tricks. So today I'm actually focusing on 10-minute hair with curls. So you can get this easy do and it will look super cute and it will take you 10 minutes once you get in the flow of everything. I'll go into more detail about how to efficiently curl in a later video, but right now we're just focusing on an easy little updo because I just did a whole Ulta thing and now it's time to break it down a little bit and be a little bit easier on ourselves. So easy hairdo, easy curls, let's get started. So first thing with hair with curls, and I will stress this every time, you have to have it dirty. Like, you have to. You cannot curl hair with clean hair. It does not work. It's just setting yourself up for disaster because curling your hair with clean hair, it will fall, it will not work, it will be disastrous. So don't do it. So my hair is dirty, obviously. Oh my gosh, it's so dirty, oh my gosh. So what is going on? You need to make sure you brush it out. So that's the first thing you gotta do when you're gonna be curling your hair. Alright, once it's all brushed out and there's no tangles in it, you're doing good. You're going to want to have a comb. Like you're gonna want a comb. You're not gonna want to brush anymore. So a comb. You get these at Walmart. You can get these at Dollar Tree. Get a comb. So you'll want to just find the part that you want to make happen. I'm just gonna keep my traditional part because I don't care enough, and this is gonna be easy 10 minutes. So once you have your part, you're gonna just make sure you split everything down the middle, kind of thing. You get like even distributes of hair. I always end up having more hair on this side. I think it's because of my part. It is what it is. So this is gonna be the last side I work on. So I'm just going to clip this up, and then this is the other side. Now remember, we're doing 10-minute curls, so this is gonna be a lot different from your traditional curl because traditional curls, you do that a lot differently than easy curls. So with traditional curling, it is a lot different than your standard easy curl because there's a lot of variables here if you're trying to make a crazy good curl look happen. This is how we gonna do it. So you're gonna need some Frieda hairspray. If you cannot buy Frieda, just get Hairspray. I'm just saying my recommended brand is Frieda. My next recommended brand would probably be between Rave or Aussie, I think, but my fave. So it's just very durable and it holds up. It's a 24-hour hold and humidity resistance, which I believe to be true because when I do it, my hair stays looking good for a good amount of time. So definitely recommend it, but if you can't, just get Hairspray. Doesn't matter. Does not matter, just get some Hairspray. That's just my recommended brand for me. Alright, so we're gonna get doing on this hair and I'm gonna try to walk you through some steps, but we're just gonna go because I gotta time myself. I'm literally timing myself by the minute to see if I can get this done in 10 minutes, which I know I can. So I just gotta have some focus on it. So I'm gonna take some sides here and there to kind of tell you what you have to make sure you do. So we're obviously gonna be using a lot of hair. So you gotta make sure that you can distinguish what, you wanna make sure your hair's looking good. Because this is gonna be a 10-minute curl, easy curl. There's gonna be a little bit of pull up at the end, and I'm about to start because I'm timing myself 10 minutes. Yeah, here we go. Total wrong, but this is good to where I can tell you guys this is where I messed up. So when you curl hair, and I mentioned Hairspray, this is what you got to do. So sometimes if your hair is a little too much, you might need another clip. In which case, you want to make sure you clip this up a little bit. Second thing, Hairspray. The reason why you need this because you gotta hairspray your hair before you start curling your hair. And then once you hairspray your hair, then you brush it out again. And now it should be easier to keep a curl. Alright, so basically as you've noticed with this side, your main goal with easy curling is you're not trying to make perfect curls. you're just trying to have like enough curl to where when you finish, like you can tell that there's something done there, or even if it looks natural. You're not trying to have like a super duper curls. You're trying to just have loose waves in a way. It's more like loose waves or curls depending on how quick you can go. So you're just trying to move through. Like this is something that can be accomplished at a last minute thing. Now it doesn't matter if you hold the wand down or up with easy curls, because your primary goal is just to have the wave or curl, and so that's why you're holding it for, I would say, between 5 and 15 seconds. Depends on how strong you're wanting the curl to be, or how loose you're wanting it to be, how noticeable you want it to be. So see, that one I held a little bit longer because that was a heavier piece of hair. So it's like if you have a little piece of hair, maybe go for 5 seconds with easy curls, but if you're doing a big chunk of hair like this, 15 seconds with this one. Sorry, the camera dies sometimes, you know how that goes. Okay, so where I was going with this was, you see how in the front we got some curls going on towards the back, they're a little looser. That's okay. If there's ever a spot where you're just kind of like, oh man, that's just a little too loose for me, like let's just say I pulled this hair out. Okay, so this is a little looser, so I can take this, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna re-curl through it. We're gonna take hairspray after we finish this side. I'm gonna go. I like to clip any curl hair, because that sometimes can help it stay in place. So you're on to the other side, same deal is going on. So when you get to this side, alright, then we're down to our last piece of hair. Make sure you do it on the outer side if you can. I think that one looks just a little bit better if you do the last piece going outwards instead of inwards towards your face. Alright, so we got the curls going on. So after you got that side going, you're going to want to hairspray it down a good bit. Check it, make sure that it has the way you want it. I think mine's the way I want it personally. Alright, now here's the deal. If you just want it to be curls and you don't want to do anything else with it, here's what you need to do, which is what I'm going to do to start with. So if this is the end for you, this is what you need to do. If you just want yourself to be easy curls and nothing else, no hair up, nothing, spray it one more good time all over. You're going to flip over. You're going to pick it out, whether you do it with one of these things. That's how I prefer to do it because I like the wider stance. Or if you want to do it with a pick, like at the end of comb, you're going to want to actually sort through it. And you might need a mirror, so just heads up, if you don't have a mirror, not a big deal. Just make sure you go through the back with your hand a little bit just to make sure you don't look like a fool. So there we go. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna turn over and you're gonna make sure that the curls are like natural looking. So you see, what you want to do is you want to just run through anywhere you're seeing like unnaturalness. You want to appear as though you're like kind of a beach babe in sorts, but in reality you're not, like. And so after you got that going, I'm just gonna have to get your hair in check. So let's just say that you wanted to leave it like this and let that be that. All right, well, you're done. All you gotta do is just do a little, and then boom, walk out the door. Your hair is probably gonna be wavy. Now, because it's a looser wave, your waves might not stay as long unless you use more John Frieda, as I recommend, but that's okay. So your hair is pretty much gonna look kind of volumistic throughout the day. If you want a little bit more oosh there, what I recommend doing is taking your hands and going like this a little bit, and then taking one hand and going like tss, and then one hand and going like tss, and then to make your hair stand up just a little bit more, make it seem like have more volume. On to the next part. So if you're just looking at the curls, well then that's good. But if you're looking to do more, here's what I am doing today. So for my hairstyle today, what I'm doing is, so I'm gonna add a little bit more hairspray, go. So once I add a little bit more hairspray up there, I'm going to try to make this a little bit of an updo. So what am I doing? So I have to make sure that the underneath is hairsprayed as well. Boom. We make sure we good. Alright, so next what you want to do is you want to have some of your hair in an updo. We want to do some updo. But you know, you have to make sure you have it right. So I like to use a comb. If you want to use, you know, dry shampoo to help it not look as oily up top, you totally can. My hair is just, it's turning its natural hair color, which is dark brown. So that's why it looks more oily than it actually is, because you can go a couple of days without washing your hair and it would be fine. But I mean, not that I've went a couple of days, it's just that my hair, when it turns its natural hair color, it tends to do that. I like to make sure that I get all of the bumps out as much as I can to start with, because if it has few bumps at the end, that's totally fine. Do not let yourself feel bad because of bumps. People think that bumps are like the end of the world in your hair, but they're really not. They actually look kind of cute. I've seen people with bumpy hair. It look cute, girl, you go. I wish I could look even better with bumpy hair, but you know, my genes are with my genes. So. All right, so I'm using just a standard ponytail. All right, so before I tighten anything, I'm gonna bring everything again over to this side. I'm going to do a little bit of this zhush. Do a little bit of this zhush. Just because I want to get the tightness. I want to get the thickness. I want to get to stay as much as I can for the rest of the day. All right, so obviously we see there are bumps up there. So you're gonna want to try to hide those a little bit. Now I will go ahead and give the disclaimer, the more you tighten your hair, the more you are to have a receding hairline. So I'm not there yet at the receding hairline part, but you just need to be aware that the more you tighten your hair, the more risk you put yourself out of that, because that's why they say you should not wear ponytails every day. Now, I love wearing ponytails, don't get me wrong. I love ponytails, I love wearing my hair up in a bun, but it does pay a toll on your hair because your hair's just not getting as much freedom. My camera cut me off, so I just want to make sure you hear this last part before I sign off for this video. Just that this, as you can see at the end of all of this, you start off with the strong curls, but by the end of it you get the natural wave look, which is good. You know, tight curls are great with a traditional curl, which I will get to another time, but with this it makes it look like, oh man, I wish I had her hair, it's so natural. Like people have commented on this type of look before, like, man, I hope your curls are so nice. These aren't real. Like, this is all due to the magical wand by, what brand is this? Remington, sorry. Where am I at? Remington. So definitely don't think that natural curls look messy. They kind of do sometimes, especially if you're outdoors a lot. However, it still looks natural. It looks good. It's such a winter thing too. I mean, when you're wearing a beanie, you do not want to go through all that traditional curl trouble just to wear a beanie. So just do this, put the beanie on, and wow, it rocks it. So that's what I have for today for self-care with Hope. If you're interested in trying this out, like I said, get yourself a wand, get you some hairspray, get you a comb, and you got this, man. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye, everyone.